All right. So thank you for sharing. Was that okay? We got to talk to someone. We weren't just in front of our monitors. That's pretty awesome, right? So, Paul, did you want to say something that you wanted to mention again?
I have to get my train of thought here. Yes. So what I wanted to say was when I'm having conversations with people about the market we're in right now, it's oftentimes, oh man, it's really tough, right? Oh yeah. Oof. It's a very much of the market's happening to all of us. And there's certain things in this business we can control and things we cannot control. What we cannot control is the market, right? None of us can control the waves and tides of the market. Like, it's going to overpower every one of us. How many of you guys have listed a home and sold it in less than a week? That's the market, right? That happens, right? How many of you guys have collected multiple offers on a home? That's the market, right? We sometimes like to talk about it like we're a genius and we've done these things, but the truth is that many people that you might not call a great realtor have also done that as well. And so there are things that are just happening in the market that we exist in that we cannot control. We can simply react to or play with a little bit. And certainly all of us have talked about how we sold this home in one day online and we collected multiple offers and we represented our clients amazingly well. And those are good ways to market yourself. But you really, truly, at the end of the day, did not force that to happen. That wasn't directly related to you. Because I can tell you guys, I've held open houses. I've basically done petting zoos. I've had balloon animals. I've had wine, unlimited beer, and I've had no people show up to my open house. Okay, and I've had listings for 18 months. At one point in time, I think I had like 30 listings, and I couldn't get a single one of them sold. So there is a time coming our way where you will carry 10, 15, 20 listings. And that's just because of the market. So what's important for us to think about today when we go through these lists are what are the things that we can do, right? What are the things that we can control? We can't control the market, but we can control what happens between our ears, right? We can control what we wake up, do that morning. We can control our actions. So that's kind of what we say about getting off of our heels, being reactionary to the marketplace or having the marketplace happen to you, and getting onto your toes and then taking advantage of whatever opportunity you see in front of you, right? Get yourself into an athletic posture in this marketplace, and let's go. So that's what we're going to jump into right now.
Right. So I'm going to move down to the middle, I guess, lighter blue, teal, the teal boxes. And you guys have all shared. Hopefully you've talked to someone. Hopefully something clicked. What I want to do is trying to get a shout out to go, what are like the quick lead generating, if you had to get a deal in the next 30 to 60 days, what would you do? What would be your idea? What would be something that you could do that would give you the quickest, business right now and then? And so we've done this before, and the number one thing that we usually get is call past clients. Okay, we're giving you that one, all right? So think about that, we'll give you that one. And so calling past clients, that's a great answer. Here's what we're gonna do now. What do you mean? What do you say? What do you mean call past clients? I got a referral. That was my last business. What do you mean? What did you get to get a referral? This is the kind of stuff we want to dig down a little bit and have kind of a group think kind of idea. So Paul, when we hear call past clients, what's
this is my favorite thing. So on this calling past clients thing, personally, I don't think there's a faster way to shake a deal loose. I think that's the fastest way possible. It's the most immediate. It's the most interactive. It's happening real time. Versus me putting a post out there or sending out an email or sending out a postcard. Those are all like I have to wait a little while to get a reaction potentially. So, but this is I just want to kind of share the kind of funny story. Then we'll continue on our way. I promise. I oftentimes throw the distractions and stories out there. So Leo is going to keep us on track, right?
It's fine.
All right.
I can flow.
So when I sit with agents and I go, what could you do to grow your business? Almost every time it's like I should probably call my past clients. Almost every single time. And I go, well, do you currently call your past clients? And it's usually met with like some like, and you're like, every time, almost every single time.
Who has felt that?
Does anyone felt that weird feeling like you're flipping through your phone and you're like, oh gosh, oops,
how many people go,
been 8 months.
I'll do my 5 no cards instead of call. How many would do that?
Oh crap, right? I am totally guilty of this as well. In fact, I've probably meant to call one of you guys back and forgot, to which I'm really sorry right now. So we can talk, we can get over this together. But so oftentimes I sit there and agents are like, I don't know, I feel embarrassed to call because it's been too long. I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, I haven't done a good job in following up. Like, oh, I don't want to call them. It's too uncomfortable, right? Anyone else feel this embarrassment, right? It's extremely common. We all feel it. But what I'm here to try and tell you right now on this exact thing, this calling past clients, they have their own lives. They have their own kids, their own families, they have their own cottages, they have their own vacations. They're not thinking about us like we're thinking about them. They're reflecting back on their experience going, if they're one of the 89% that said they had a great experience with their agent and they would work with them again, that's what they're usually thinking about you. And we're placing all of that doubt in our heads. We're the ones going, oh, I've let them down. Oh, I don't deserve them anymore. They deserve another realtor. I'm just going to ignore them. I'm never going to call them again. Right? And that's what we end up doing. But I'm here to tell you right now, if you were to call them up right now and you said, hey, has it really been 2 years? Holy smokes, time has flown by. How's the house? How's the kids? What's going on? They are not going to go, about 6 months late. I mean, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna throw that back in your face. They're gonna go, oh my gosh, we love it here. We did the floors, we just sanded the floors. Oh, we did the matte finish, it's beautiful. You know, oh, we just did our backsplash. And you guys are gonna jump straight into a conversation, and it's gonna be like you see your old friend that you haven't seen forever, and you're right back as friends. So I want to encourage you guys, like on that one in particular, don't sleep on that one because it's uncomfortable. Find a way to make it feel natural and organic. It's okay. All of us are bad at follow-up. All of us let lives happen to us. Things happen, right? So just mindset shift.
Can you share the Dustin story?
So Dustin Anderson, I think he would be okay with me telling this story. Great realtor. He's been in the like 60 to 100 transactions a year for a long time now. I think he's probably like 8 years in, 7 or 8 years in, something like this. Great realtor, does great work. But when he first started, he ran an audio recording business, and he sold his business, and he just sold it, went straight into real estate. This was his job. This is what he was gonna do. And he had a little bit of money from the sale of this company he sold, not a ton, enough to live on for a few months, 6 months maybe. And he was kind of burning through it. And he was panicking and he was freaking out. And so we met him over at the Grove over here and had lunch. Leo and I met him for lunch. And he was like, guys, I am freaking out. He was like, should I change brokerages? What should I do? Like, what do I have to do here, right? He was looking at every single option on the table. And I said, you know, man, if my life depended on it, I would just pick up that cell phone right now and start going through it. Like, that's your business, right? That cell phone literally represents your business. That's everyone that you know.
But he didn't have past clients.
He didn't have any past clients, but he had people he knew, right? So they're his sphere. And so during this conversation, the kind of challenge came up, and he kind of committed to himself. He goes, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to call 15 people by 5 o'clock. If I don't do it, I'm going to buy you a $50 gift card to Starbucks. And I was like, yeah, done deal. Let's go. I'll take this. Like, this is a win-win, right? So I keep checking with him throughout the day. And on call number 4, I'm like, how was it? He's like, oh, it's the worst. He's like, it's terrible. Oh, it's so awkward. It's so uncomfortable. And so we talked through a little bit, and I was like, what are you saying? You know, how's it going? And he kind of worked on his pitch and stuff, and ultimately he just called him up and said, what he changed it to was, guys, I'm new, I'm hungry, I'm looking for business, I'd love to help you, and just kind of did this kind of pitch. And people were like, Dustin, we're so pumped you're in real estate now. That's so cool, man. Good for you, congratulations. You know, no one felt like it was him with commission breath or wanting something or feeling greedy, right? Which we all kind of feel when we talk to our past clients or our sphere. And so by call number 7 or 8, he had a listing appointment. And I think by the time he got to 15, he had 2 buyers and a listing appointment out of 15 calls. And that moment was when his gears just shifted, and he went from like having 1 transaction in 4 months to I think doing 85 transactions in the next 12. Because his mindset shifted. He realized the power of this interaction, the power of having these calls and following up with his past clients and staying in touch. And that's launched him into a great career so far. So that's the phone calling story.
So with that, so I don't know if I want to do this systematically. I'll see if you guys are brave in communicating with us. What would be another quick lead generating immediate results activity that you guys either did, your last client came from, or that you actually do? Anyone want to raise their hand? Help me out? Yes. Open house, great one. So you do an open house. Let's talk about open houses. This is awesome. Let me just take an informal poll. Who likes to do open houses? Okay, raise them a little higher. Who does not like to do open houses? Who has had success at open houses? Oh, even most of the people who don't like to do them. That's awesome. Who is not? So we have a business decision here. So who has not really done anything off an open house? These are my people.
What was the question, Leo?
Who has not really had any success with open houses? These are my people. I don't like open houses. I do them as a favor. I know how to do them. I've tried a number of different ways. My buddy Paul here has the exact opposite. So tell me, what's your experience with open houses?
I can tell you I can point to 3 open houses that have made me combined about $200,000 or $300,000.
Yeah.
Just because you meet somebody who falls in love with you, who've never met you before.
So when I come to your open house, do I get a hot dog? Do I get a drink?
My largest sales have come from open houses, and I was like 29, and I double dipped like this $600,000 listing, and then they were like, oh, plus you want the horse farm next door, and like, but when they met me at the open house, I'll tell you right now, like, shoot me or whatever, but I don't do sign-in sheets. Don't do them, because I don't want. First off, if you're telling me it's because you're trying to keep the house safe, if I'm gonna rob from you, I'm not putting my name and phone number down. Right? A lot of times we say things like, oh, the sellers want to know who's coming in the house. It's up to you. And some people like doing their sign-in sheets because they're going to call those people the next couple of days. That's just never been my style.
Does anyone do that? Is anyone big on that?
Yeah.
And then you follow up?
It's not my style to call them a couple days later because I'm assuming they're going to multiple open houses with multiple people asking for sign-in sheets. So my thought was I want to contrast myself to those other realtors that they're going to meet today. And so what I do is they walk in and I sort of walk over, shake their hand, give them the information, and go, guys, I'm going to give you some space, walk around, take a look around. And it's also proven that when they first walk into an open house, like they're blind, like blinders are on for like the first like 20 feet. They're not seeing anything. It's like a tunnel vision. Yeah. They're like, oh gosh, there she is. She wants to talk to me. Holy crap, she wants my phone number. Like they're trying to avoid you probably, and they're blinded. So you know they're going to have to come back to see the whole front entry of the house because they didn't see it when they first walked in. So usually what I'll do is I'll kind of hang back and let them kind of wander back that direction, then I'll circle back around. But my whole goal, and then I'll move on, is just to simply go, I want one person at this open house today who's going to give me enough attention that I can follow up with them and like we're exchanging information today. And then by the time they get home, I've emailed them a bunch of listings saying, hey, these are just some ideas. I can shift this for you. The market's, there's not a lot out there, so I'm going broad to start. We can narrow things in, and I'm looking for some way to build a communication with this person so that like 2 or 3 days later I can go, hey guys, no new news for you, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled, and I'm just trying to build a relationship with one single person. And the clients who have hired me that were super high-end clients all called me back and said, we called you because every other realtor followed us around the house, made us feel uncomfortable. You gave us space and respected us when we were in the home. You didn't force us to sign in. And those people ended up buying about $2.5 million of real estate with me, both buying and selling and then buying and selling. So that guy alone, I think I made pretty much 6 figures on that one person that came through the house. So I'm putting this out there to you to say, if you're not having success in an open house, change something. Because you should be able to land clients at an open house. We sometimes tell ourselves that we're there to sell this. Like, did you see the gourmet kitchen? No, I missed the giant 30-foot island. It's like we don't have to necessarily point it all out to them, and that oftentimes feels like we're selling something to them. And so it's up to you to find your own method of madness here. But for me, I never sold the home. I would even joke about it. I'd be like, love it, hate it, tear it down. What are your thoughts on the house? Because I'm trying to get them to laugh and feel comfortable and go, oh, he's got no pony in the race here. He's not trying to force me to like this house. And then I'm trying to build a relationship like on the fly.
I like what you said because it's not really about the house. It's about building rapport with someone very quickly. Humor is a great one. I say something like, hey, welcome to the open house. I'm Leo. We have a choice right away. I can be really cheesy and chase you around the house if you want. I can do that, or I can give you some space. I just call out the awkwardness. It gets a laugh every time. No, we're good, we're good. I'm like, all right, just tell me what you think when you leave. And then I do that. So when you guys that have had success in open houses, who wants to share kind of generally what's the flow? What do you do? Just general ideas. Go ahead, Vito.
I typically just ask them questions, just question after question, how about them? Where are you from? Are you from this side of town? Oh, how'd you move here? And all of a sudden, like, oh, we know so-and-so. Great. I'd like to go up Northwest Side. You know so-and-so. You went to that school. Yep. And now we're talking about nothing about the house. And Paul said, I'm not looking to sell the house.
Yep.
Either you're going to buy it or not. So there's nothing I can point out that's going to change their mind.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's about asking where they're from, what are they doing here, how's the search been, and really, where'd you go to school? That seems to be a common question.
Try to get to not talk about the house as quickly as possible to build referral. Yeah.
You're seeking some sort of common ground that you can build on.
But since you're brave, do you do flyers, balloons, blow up man?
No, I don't even.
You don't do that?
Before I've tried texting them just the MLS sheet. I might print out the MLS sheet. That's the extent of what I would do.
Not disclosures, anything. You're just
MLS sheet.
you're just there. Lights
I
on.
do ask when they walk in. I only ask for their phone number, and I just type it into my phone. So I do
Nice.
get that. Hey, what's your phone number? I can look up their name. I don't need their email address. I'm not going to send them that. Usually, if nobody has any problem, give me their phone number, and then I write down information about them below their phone number.
Like in your phone, you do it?
Yeah, they went to Kennewood Hills. They live over the Northwest Side. They grew, and I like to ask people where they grew up too. People like to talk about where they grew up. So
Yeah.
where they grew up. They grew up on this side of town. And then when I called them back, it just boom, I had something to re-talk to them about.
No, that's great. That's great. That's a good
So
skill.
you don't ask for the names, just
No, I mean, as a closer discussion, he might say something to the husband and have their names, but no, I don't do
Oh,
that.
on that note, open
Yeah.
house. If anybody needs a host, I'm
Yeah,
available.
they're a good plug. See, she's
There we
looking.
go. Idea number 3. Ask the group for open houses. This is good.
And my first choice would be post on the group, but we're here, so what am I hiding? Like,
Yeah, no, that's fine. For all
Yeah,
the people
absolutely.
who don't like to do open houses, you should have written that down. Does anyone do anything different, or is that kind of how it goes? You just put it on the MLS, turn on the lights, and shine.
I think similarly, but the disclosure
Yeah.
and how I've gotten two best comments from open houses.
Yeah.
I say, I'm all out of them, everyone took them. What's your email book? I'll send it over.
I'm all out of
Send
them.
all. Yeah, I print one.
Yeah.
I print one. I send them all the information, just say, let me know if you have questions. And I don't follow up after that. And they reach, the past two that I got from the open house, because I know one of them, they've used like 5 realtors this year.
Yeah.
And I just said out of curiosity, like, why did you want to work with me?
Yeah.
And they said, because you left me alone, you just sent me the information, none of our conversation was about the house. Unless they had a question about it.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
So there's a social dynamic going on there that you can all pay attention to. We're not going to, you shouldn't be like how Hollywood portrays a realtor, okay, which is horrible, except for maybe Phil Dunphy. But it's really kind of
got
horrible
something
stuff.
for you.
Yeah, Sue.
Well, also, and I totally agree with you, it's my style too, just getting them to talk about themselves, but also just letting them know, hey, this house may not be for you, but what are you looking for? And I keep my computer there, and I already have pre-selected listings that
There
my
you go.
computer pulled up, and so that I can say, well, you know what, I remember this one I saw the other day. And then I just bring it up and, is this something that's more of like your style? And it just gets them talking more and more about what it is they're looking for. No, that's not quite right. So tell me, like, do you need more bedrooms? Do you need more, yard space?
Yep.
And you know what I mean? And I remember I pulled several so that I can show them. Now, I know we don't have a lot of listings to do that, but maybe
Yeah.
it's 3 or whatever that it might not even be from the same area, just so that I can show them that I'm prepared to help you.
Yeah.